Patrick, and today I'm going to present you in this beautiful location, all white, the brand new 2017 Mercedes-Benz E220d AMG line. So this car has been provided by Elite Auto Center in Wilderswil, which is actually right over there. So if you would like to have some more information, please check the description below, and I'm gonna show the link as well now in the video. So this one is a 2-liter diesel engine producing 194 horsepower at 3,800 RPM and 400 Newton-meters of torque between 1,600 and 2,800 RPM. So we have a lot of space. This is the T model. T model stands for station wagon, and we have boot space of 604 liters to 1,820 liters if you fold all the seats down. So let me show you the car as usual from outside. First row, second row boot space, and then we hit the road, and you will enjoy it, I think. The views are really beautiful, but what's more important is the interior of the car, which is gorgeous. You're gonna love it as much as I do. Without further ado, let's hop inside and I show you the rest of the car. So welcome to the interior of the brand new E-Class. As you can see, and I'll show you some pictures as well in high resolution so you can basically see it even better without just looking at this angle. First thing that comes to your eye is this enormous wide screen that Mercedes has an option for the E-Class, and it allows you basically to configure it according to your personal taste. So you can really change anything from the look of the RPM and speedo. You can have an echo display, you can have different settings shown on this screen as well as on the second one in the middle, because actually it's not one screen, it's two screens. It just looks like it would be one. And what I really enjoy is the one especially here with the GPS and navigation, which even shows elevation in the landscape. So for example, here we have the mountains on the right and left, and actually it shows you on the screen. I'll just show you the picture now. Then we have this nice King aluminum. It's not brushed, but has a very nice pattern to it. And obviously we have the stitched leather all across the car, all across the dashboard. Something really nice is the illumination which goes through the car. I'll show you a picture of that as well. And that one actually you can adjust in whatever color you want. So yellow, green, blue, purple, red, any color you wish. And it's really nice in the evening or when we drive through a tunnel, so you're going to see that as well. Another thing is that we have actually this touch sensitive fields over here. And as you can see, when I touch them, it starts right away doing something. So it's very responsive, it's very nice. You don't need to have physical keys, you have them as well, but this works really great, I have to say. We have on the left side the button for the lane departure assistant as well as the head-up display. This car is equipped with a head-up display, which is a nice feature. In my opinion, personally, I recommend this for any car. It just gives you so much more safety because you don't have to look down at all, you just look straight and you just bring it down a little bit the eyes rather than the whole time on the cockpit, and the eyes have to adjust like from distance to close and from close to distance, and this way it's just safer in my opinion. So then we have some space here. We have one USB port, NFC near field communication. This car supports Apple AirPlay. You have two cup holders here, a little space over there to put, for example, a mobile phone. Then you have in the armrest another compartment which is quite deep, another two USBs and a SD card slot, plus a little compartment on top here. Then here you have a little net just to put some small items. The glove box is actually a decent size. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. Then on the left side and on the right side you have the adjustment for the seats, all electric, heated seats with memory function for both driver and passenger. The electric mirrors, which you can fold in as well, plus the buttons for obviously the windows and a remote opening for the boot. On top we have a holder for the glasses, plus the SOS unit that basically alerts the authorities in case you have any accident automatically, or if you need any service you can do it manually as well. The sunshade in case your light, which is both illuminated, however, which I don't understand, you can't pull it out to close that gap here, which is something that Ford, for example, does. Other than that, we have the panoramic sunroof, which is a really nice feature as well. Plus, what I really like are the seats and the way they're designed and the stitching. They just look amazing. Plus, they have really nice side support, beautiful seats, very comfortable. So let's hop on the back and show you how much space we have in the second row. Okay, second row. As usual, the seat in the front is adjusted to my height. I'm 1.84 meters tall. And as you can see, I have plenty of leg room. Then, the backrest of the seat, we have a little compartment for newspapers. On the left, we have, again, the design continuation with the kind of aluminum design, plus the Burmeister speakers, which is a really nice sound system. I can only recommend it. You'll be able to see that we have the illumination as well continuing here, and obviously when you change the color in the front, it changes all over the car. So now I have done it to like a purple kind of color. We have the electric window, then we have a little vent for the air on the left side in the B pillar on both sides, plus the one in the middle. And you can adjust the speed and the temperature separately from the front for the back passengers, which is something nice. Then we have the handle plus a little light and a hook, and you'll see here we have the slot where you can attach a net and separate the passengers in the front from the back in case you transport something bigger, just so it doesn't fly to the front. Then in the middle we have an armrest with a little compartment here, for example games for the kids, including 2 cup holders which adjust in size. All 3 have headrests, which is something nice, and all 3 have 3-point seats. We have Isofix on the outer seats, and the headrest actually goes really nice height. And you can see, even though we have the panoramic roof, we have a lot of space here, and obviously you have more space if you do like this, in case you're really tall. But for people with my height, no issue whatsoever. The only thing I would say is the transmission tunnel is quite high, actually it's this high, so the person sitting in the middle, even though having enough space sitting there, has to put his legs left and right of the tunnel, otherwise he's going to sit a little bit cramped. That's pretty much it for the second row. Let's look at the boot and then we can hit the road. So we are at the back of the car, and what you can see is, first of all, which I forgot to mention as well, the front lights are full LED lights, with each having 84 individually adjustable LEDs, which makes a huge difference in the night when you drive, because they see objects and basically turn on and off individually from each other. Very nice. In the back we have similar thing. We have new taillights which have kind of material on top that makes it very beautiful how it looks like, and actually it's more bright as well. So in the back what you can see, sorry it's dirty, it's winter, it's not easy to keep the car clean when you test it. It's E220d, obviously it's a 2-liter diesel engine. Then on the bottom we have what appears to be 2 exhausts, how actually this is only plastic that looks like it. The exhaust is on the left side facing down. You can either open the boot with the key, with the brand new design, which I will show you when we drive as well, or before we start driving. Very nice, sleek, looks nice, feels nice in the hand as well. So you can open it with the key, manually as usual over tailgate, or you just kick from the bottom under the boot. So it opens really high, as you can see. I'm YDE4, so I guess it's around 190, 992. Automatically with it, the cover goes up. So on the left side we have the remote button to fold down the seat in the front, obviously on the right as well, plus a 12-volt socket. Then we have a little net here on the left with some goodies that Mercedes gives you. One of it is actually the oil, which I mentioned to you. We have a carpet here, and the boot is really quite spacious. Below there we have a second boot, and just put the key inside. Then you have a little hook that you can attach to over here, and then it keeps it open. So inside we have a little box for small items that fits in here perfectly, plus a second bottom. There's no spare wheel, it's actually a compressor set that comes with it, so you have a lot of space over there as well for small items that you don't use on a regular basis. So let me just close this as well. And as I mentioned, 604 liters to 1820 liters. Either you press the button here to close it, or you can try and kick it again. It worked on me like 2 out of 5 times. Let me try again. Here we go. So you have to practice this a little bit, it's not that easy. What I like as well is something that's very simple, but the reverse camera actually is under this flap here. So in area like this, or in the winter when you drive, you have a lot of dirt in it here. This one prevents the camera from getting dirty, and it's perfect because if you drive a long distance, you arrive there, you put in reverse, usually the camera is all black and dirty and you can't see it. This way it's always clean. I wish they would have the same for the front, because the front camera is unfortunately dirty from the cars that drive in front. So that's it, let's hop in and we drive. We actually have disabled the ESP, and we just want to see how the car behaves without ESP. And I'm just gonna step on it. I have it on Sports Plus, so let's just see. And you can see it still grabs in if you're in a situation where you see the ESP is still helping. So that's out of the way. Let's just put it in. And now it's actually no problem whatsoever. It still shows you that it's slippery, but it doesn't spin anymore. See, it takes away gas. I'm on full throttle now. It does everything for you. So even though it's rear-wheel drive, it's not a 4MATIC, it's a rear-wheel drive, there's no issues whatsoever. Okay, so let us get off the snow and onto the road. Okay, and then we can get out of this display as well and go back to navigation display. Okay, we go into Eco. So first of all, as we're in Eco, fuel consumption I had over the last 2 days I had the car was approximately 6.2 liters, which is actually very decent for a car that's around 2 tons. This one actually, I think with all the equipment is a little bit more than that even. It's good result, I think, for a 2-liter engine. Keep in mind, this is a 2-liter engine and it produces only 194 horsepower, like only in the sense of, but it still goes 7.7 seconds to 100 and top speed of 235. So this is where you can see how good designed this car is in regards to how it cuts through the air. Yeah, because actually with only 194 horsepower reaching 235 kilometers an hour is actually a really good figure. So one thing I want to mention as well, what I like a lot, is this car is the very first car I've tested in over 3 years that is able to drive in cruise control less than 30 kilometers an hour. So the lowest I can go is 20. Great, because I always get into streets where I want to get actually slower because of maybe traffic whatsoever, and I have to do that with my foot rather than putting cruise control. And this way, 20, and it works. Perfect. Let's go back to 30. So what I mentioned as well is I really love this screen. I like this wide angle screen, which is something really nice. Yeah, I like the ambient light, the quality of how everything is put together is top. Yeah, it's top. And I think I have to turn off the heated seats because it's getting really warm now. Now cruise control at 30, and that's it. So I mentioned we have a heated steering wheel, which is on the left side here. What I like as well are these buttons here. Yeah, this touch sensitive. Yeah, I don't know how you call it, buttons or fields. They work very good. They're very responsive. I had cars in the past that had, I think it was the Opel Insignia OPC, which had the, what was that? Which had the AC control with a touchpad, but this didn't work very well at all. This one works super nice. So the display, you can individualize it. So I'm gonna show some pictures now. And what I like as well is, as you can see, there's mountains here, and it's really warm now. My God. Okay, I had it at 28. So what I like as well, as we mentioned, fuel consumption around 6.2. When I picked up the car and throughout driving the first, I think 200 kilometers, I was able to get the fuel consumption down. Obviously, this car is new. It has only 1,000 something kilometers on the clock. When I picked it up, actually, it was fully filled up and it had estimated distance possible to drive with the full fuel tank of 944 kilometers. After I drove it for over 100 kilometers, I still had 942 or something. This is how good actually the car is when you drive it on a long distance, and that's what the diesel is made for. Long distance driving, autobahn, highway, it's perfect for that. It's very comfortable, it's very smooth. The seats are amazing, they grip you very nicely. As I mentioned as well, they look amazing and they feel very nice as well. I've driven now, I think 250 kilometers in this car or more even, and it's a joy, really. I had no pain whatsoever. Sometimes I do have back pain, however this one is great. It has a lumbar support as well, electrically adjustable on the left side of the seat. So from that point of view, it's very nice. It drives very comfortable. The steering and the suspension, obviously you can change a little bit with the dynamic settings here. You can go to Sport or Sport Plus, and you can see it changes different parameters of the car. See, now it's, for example, revving higher. I put it in echo, and right away it shifts up. 9G Tronic, 9-speed automatic gearbox. Shifts like butter. I was driving yesterday at 120 kilometers an hour and we had average RPM of 1,300, which helps a lot to not only reduce fuel consumption but as well to reduce noise in the car. And when you drive, you usually don't hear anything. Now it's 0 degrees, it's a little bit cold. Yesterday we had -9. Obviously, cold start, the diesel engine is a little bit louder, but once actually it gets warm to temperature, it's nice. You don't hear it at all. Then the only thing you really hear is the noise from the tires. So this was a speed reminder, which is a nice thing. You can adjust it to yourself. You can have a visual warning, you can have a acoustic warning. We have now both. Then the head-up display is something I can only recommend to you, as I mentioned already. It's just so much safer. And if you navigate somewhere, you can not only have it here and here, you can have it as well in the head-up display. It's more of an arrow, it shows you left, right, whatsoever, or roundabout. But the combination of all these three together, I mean, you can't miss anything really. If you take still the wrong direction or the wrong turn, then you just don't pay attention at all. What I like as well is that you have the shortcut buttons here, which is something that is needed because it has so many settings, so many options within the system that you get lost. And it's always nice to just be able to jump back with the shortcut buttons. For example, you go to radio, you go to navigation, whatsoever. Concerning the radio, I mentioned the Bullmaster sound system is really nice. I mean, if you have a really good quality download of your song or on the hard drive or on SD card, it's perfect. The problem I had with the radio here was the DAB, the digital radio, but this is not on Mercedes. This is all digital radio have the same issue in my opinion. It always loses signal when you drive through a tunnel, when you get into a garage. And what I had an issue here is yesterday I was driving to Bern and it just lost the signal for like a second or two, and then it started radio again. You know, when you have an old school radio, you have this stuff like this, but it doesn't lose a channel, only if you're really far out. With a digital radio, you have perfect sound as long as it has a signal. But the moment it loses signal, it's just gone totally. And this is kind of annoying when you listen to a song maybe you like, and then it just cuts the song in 10 parts because it cannot catch the signal. So yesterday I was around Bern area and I had Energy Basel and Energy Zurich, and it happened multiple times to me. So I'm not quite sure if this is something related to the system in the E-Class here now, or if it's something related to DAB just because the signal is too weak. So I don't want to judge on that. What I like as well is the ambient light is perfect. Let me just see if I'm gonna find this now quickly. Here we go. Car. Light. Ambient light. Color. And now you can see, look. Now it's red. Now it's pink. Turquoise. Blue. Green, yellow, orange, white. So you can do whatever color you can imagine of, and you can display this one here. And this is something really nice. It looks amazing when you drive in the night. I'm gonna show you a picture now. Something very nice. So we have a sunroof, obviously, the panoramic roof. I'm not gonna open that in this weather now, but obviously it's a nice thing to have. And as well, you have it for the passengers in the backside, so they get some more light in as well. One thing I like as well in any car is when the roof line is dark as well, because it just makes it, I mean, it feels more upscale, more luxurious if it's just dark, you know, regardless of the material. So this is just now, this is no leather or Alcantara, it's just normal cloth or whatever material this is called. Here we have everything leather, stitching is non plus ultra, seats are really nice. Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything bad about it. So, space in the back is very nice. If you have kids, no issues whatsoever. If you have teenage kids and they're really tall, no problem whatsoever. Boot space is enormous. I mentioned 640 to 1,820 liters. Obviously, if you have 5 passengers, it's 620 liters. Otherwise, if you want to transport something from IKEA or from wherever, you're gonna be able to fit it. No problem whatsoever. Then, What is that button? By the way, that was the headrest. So if you have the headrests up, this is a feature that Mercedes has, and I haven't seen it in anywhere else, to be honest, is when the headrests are up, you have the passengers, and then you get in the front, and then you forget to put the headrest down all one by one. You just press this button and they fall down. Sorry, press this button. Dynamic, I mentioned to you already, we have automatic parking, which works perfectly. I'm just gonna show you a clip from yesterday I recorded. Works very nice. In and out. Though out, I had somehow an issue when I closed the car, came back, it just didn't want to work anymore. One time it worked, one time it didn't work. So I guess it's a user error from my side, but it is possible to have it. And other than that, from the feeling of how the car drives, it's very nice on the road, very comfortable, very safe. I didn't feel at any point that the car cannot handle the roads, or that I thought that I'm in trouble. Even now on the snow you saw, even though the ESP was off, it just doesn't let the car slide and slip into a situation where it's dangerous. So now let me take the tunnel, because I want to show you the ambient light. Here we go. And you do hear the engine a little bit, but honestly, in my opinion, that's not the problem, because once you get to the speed you want, it's quiet, because it just shifts up to 9th gear, or whatever gear is the highest possible at that speed, and then the engine is really quiet, because really the car tries to keep the RPMs as low as possible in eco mode. Obviously in sport mode it tries it. So now just look at the ambient light. Let me just go back and see if we can switch it while we're driving here. Light, ambient light, color. So now you can see how the color will change while we're driving. And this is really nice. I mean, it goes through the entire car, including the back seats. Green, purple, red, fuchsia, pink, I don't know, violet, white. Now you saw we had the assist system on the left. I went over a lane, it vibrates in the steering wheel and gives me a little acoustic signal. We have the Schildererkennung, which is the street signs. It actually recognizes them and it tells me I'm not allowed to overtake and the speed limit is 60, and that you see in here when you have the navigation in. Here we go. You will see it in the dashboard and you see it in the head-up display. Very nice features. So I showed you the light. I hope you enjoyed the little color show. And you have as well the option to manually shift. So you just use the shift pedals here on the left and right. Left is down, right is up, and you can feel that as well. Right there is a little bubble, left there is a little hole, and this way you can feel which one goes up and right. In addition, there's this plus and minus written on it. So now we can go 100 as well. And the good thing about the street sign recognition is at the moment you pass it, it will change it. So let's go back to where we started from. And I would say that's pretty much it. So if you have any question, please leave your comments below. I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel over there on the left side. Give it a like and share the video if you have maybe someone who's interested in this car and you want to give them some insight. As I mentioned, very nice car. Last thing to tell you guys is the price. The Mercedes E-Class, the base model of the E-Class starts at with the smallest engine. Then we have this model. This car starts, as I mentioned, at 68,845 francs. And this particular one would be with all the equipment that we have on board here. So head-up display, widescreen, assist systems, leather, we have the Burmeister sound system, a panoramic roof, LED lights, and so on and so on and so on. We would end up at 93,700 francs. If you're interested in this particular model here, and the white version, exactly this one as I'm driving here, it is for sale at Elite Auto Center in Wilderswil. So again, thank you for giving me the car to test, and check out their information is in the description. with the direct link to their website as well. So this particular one you could get off with 9,310 francs less. It would be available at 84,390 francs. Okay, that's pretty much it. We're gonna head back to the snowy airport where we came from. And in case you're interested to watch this video in German, I have a German version of it as well, as I am doing videos always in German and in English. So I thank you very much. I wish you a happy new year. For all the subscribers and all the viewers that have not yet seen any video of me, as I mentioned, I would appreciate if you subscribe. And I thank you and see you in the next video. Goodbye. Ciao.